Some bands ruled the airwaves. Others, they ruled the underground. In this video, we're diving deep into the 10 most underrated hard rock bands from the late 80s. They had the look, they had the sound, they had MTV-ready hits, but the spotlight never stayed long. Stick around, trust me. You're going to rediscover a favorite today. Let's start loud and dirty, with a band that made the Sunset Strip sound even sleazier. Cats in Boots hit the scene with just one album, Kicked and Clawed in 1989, but it was a raw, high-octane blast of swagger. Their single, Shotgun Sally, was all denim, leather, and unfiltered energy. Imagine Mötley Crüe, but with more bite and less polish. Joel Ellis had the snarl. Takashi Ohashi had the chops, and their chemistry was explosive, if short-lived. They were gone almost as fast as they arrived, but they left a deep scratch in the glam metal scene. If you've ever wanted to know what glam metal would sound like after a bottle of Jack and a David Bowie record, the Moles were your guys. Formed in Chicago, these guys oozed attitude. Their 1988 self-titled album gave us 777 and Destroll, tracks that combined sleaze, funk, and glam like few others. Desi Rex brought theatrical flair, and SS Priest's guitar licks cut through like glittery switchblades. They were weird, wild, and ahead of their time. Too glam for metal, too metal for glam. That's what made them special. This is where we shift gears into lush, keyboard-laced arena rock. Giuffria was founded by keyboard wizard Greg Giuffria after Angel, and their 1984 debut was a melodic rock dream. Call to the Heart became a top 20 hit, riding a wave of synths, soaring vocals, and stadium-sized hooks. Their music felt like a cinematic moment, frozen in neon light, emotional, slick, and powerful. They weren't rough around the edges, but they didn't need to be. Giuffria was polished perfection. Before we move on to one of Canada's best-kept secrets in melodic hard rock, please like and subscribe if you like this channel and want to see more. Let's talk about Harem Scarum. What can I tell you about them? Their self-titled debut dropped in 1991, but their formation and sound were pure late 80s. Think Def Leppard production with Queen-level harmonies. Tracks like Hard to Love and Slowly Slipping Away showcased Harry Hess's soaring vocals. And Pete Lesperance's clean, expressive guitar work. They weren't glam, weren't metal, but they nailed emotional, arena-sized rock. They stayed big in Japan, but everywhere else, criminally overlooked. And speaking of bands that should have gone global, let's rewind to a duo that was just too strange for the times. Stone Fury felt like a band from another planet. One foot in Zeppelin, the other in a prog rock dreamscape. Fronted by German singer Lenny Wolf, their 1984 album Burns, Like a Star, was moody, heavy, and full of ambition. Break Down the Walls was their high point. An anthemic cinematic track that felt like it should have opened a blockbuster film. Their follow-up leaned even harder into drama, but by then, grunge was on the horizon. They vanished fast, but Lenny returned later with Kingdom Come. Still, Stone Fury was something different. If you ever wanted vocal harmonies with your fists in the air metal riffs, Silent Rage had you covered. Their 1989 album Don't Touch Me There was slick, melodic metal at its finest. Gene Simmons even signed them to his label. Rebel with a Cause and Rich, Young, and Pretty blended sing-along choruses with arena-sized swagger. They had hooks, image, and the kind of production built for FM radio, but they came out at the tail end of the glam era and never got the push they needed. Now, if Silent Rage felt like the bridge between metal and melody, the next band hit that balance perfectly. Pretty Maids should have been massive. Formed in Denmark, they mixed melodic hooks with European metal muscle. Their 1987 album, Future World, was polished, powerful, and packed with killer tracks, like the title song and Love Games. Ronnie Atkins' voice could shift from smooth to snarl in a second, and Ken Hammer's riffs never missed. They built a loyal following overseas, but in the US, they remained under the radar. House of Lords was like melodic rock royalty. Big sound, big production, and even bigger vocals. Their self-titled debut in 1988, formed by Greg Giuffria and backed by Gene Simmons, delivered arena-sized anthems like I Want to Be Loved and the power ballad Love Don't Lie. James Christian's vocals were pure class, smooth, commanding, emotional. They never got the global superstardom they aimed for, but that debut, still a masterclass in polished hard rock. But if you prefer your rock a little dirtier and a lot louder, well, here comes the LA gutter glam. Before Guns N' Roses took over, LA Guns were already building the foundation. Formed by Tracy Guns, they fused Sunset Strip sleaze with punk energy and metal attitude. Their 1988 self-titled debut gave us One More Reason, a razor-sharp anthem full of danger and swagger. Phil Lewis brought the snarl. Tracy brought the fire. Together they were a powder keg. They never quite broke through to superstardom, but they never faded away either. Last but far from least, Pretty Boy Floyd, the ultimate glam metal time capsule. With hair as high as their choruses, they released Leather Boys with Electric Toys in 1989. A record that was pure bubblegum sleaze. Rock and roll is gonna set the night on fire. Said it all. It was catchy, shiny, and just plain fun. Perfect for MTV, but grunge was already looming. They were mocked, dismissed, and eventually celebrated as cult icons. There you have it. 10 obscure rock bands from the late 80s that deserved so much more. If you made it this far, tell me in the comments, which band did you grow up blasting on cassette? Or better yet, which one did you just discover today? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who knows that the best rock wasn't always the biggest.